A sustainable city is compact, it's smart. So we now introduce smart growth, which is very similar to what we have discussed: city centers, sprawl, walkable, bicycle, mixed use, housing choices. A smart growth, the rationale behind it is for economic, climate, environmental, and health concerns. Now, I think these are the key elements of smart growth in cities, which we could adapt. Compact neighborhoods, transit, again, transportation, transit-oriented development, pedestrian and bicycle-friendly design. Several municipalities are talking about bicycle-friendly design, but I think UP, I think, is already undertaking in the campus, but it'll take more than just saying it and announcing it in newspapers. It has to do take some drastic action on both private and government sectors. Look at this interesting combination. You have mixed use, shops below, apartments above. You can see the Chinese businessmen were right all along, right? They stay in the same building. They stay there, their stores, their commercial areas here. They live upstairs, and their storage and everything else is upstairs. Very practical. They don't have to go out. Then range of housing opportunities. These are strategies to make the city alive, to make a combination of all these housing strategies. Compact design, you increase. When you have more compact houses like this, you create more open spaces instead of everything on the ground, like similar to an urban sprawl. We'd like to see more of these designs in Manila. Front porches, again, also. Walkable neighborhoods. I want to acknowledge a lot of the leading developers now in the country who are doing a lot of this, but the problem is they are all, you might say, they're not linked up with the others. So they turn out to be very good, but well-designed pocket communities. They're doing this already. Now traffic, what is there? These are all the reasons why, efficiency, reduction in driving. But the best way to treat this is to build places where people can do more with less driving. You have transportation choices. Now this is an interesting idea. Priority parking for people who provide carpool. You give them the best place to park so they can share. And then this is a courtyard above a parking area. So the king, in most areas, the car is the king. But if you can hide them, like behind these shops, behind this, so you free the place in front for more pedestrians, biking to school, working, playing, and there's business, and where there's foot traffic, there's good business in the local area. Better health, residents drive less and have fewer car accidents. Well, now what are the benefits of a smart growth city? Air quality, number one. Since you have less pollution. Water quality, the same thing. Brownfields development and open space preservation. Now this was mentioned earlier, adaptive reuse. Using reclaimed or from abandoned areas, even buildings. Now, normally the term we use is recycling, but that can be used for buildings. It's adaptive reuse. There are also better ways now to build, produce, consume, and reuse. There is this concept of cradle-to-cradle thinking. As manufacturers or designers in general, I think this is now getting to be the idea behind cradle-to-cradle is one manufacturer or producer's raw material becomes, waste rather. One manufacturer's waste becomes the raw material of another. For example, like this. Yeah. Can you tell me what this is? Volunteers. Okay, that's right. It's a crib. It's a baby crib, right? Okay, look what happens when you do something with it. Let's say the baby is already grown up, and you don't want to throw it away. You can still use it, like a sofa and all that. And maybe the kid has grown up and is now a junior executive. You can convert it into a desk. And there is still the colored decoration at the base to show you. It's the same furniture. That's why I highlighted it. Okay, the most important resource of a sustainable city is what? I'll ask you. The most important resource of a sustainable city is what? Yes. For that, you get a brand new pointer. What is this? Okay, the most important resource of a sustainable city is? Yes, our people. Did you know that 1/3 of our population below 15 years old is below 15 years old? Just take a look across. You can take a look at the people in the room here. The young ones are a majority, right? In Indonesia, 1/2 of the population is below 30 years old. And this is a trend you have in Vietnam and many other countries in the region. And this is why Asia is the magnet now. Asia is a key area for a lot of development now. Because of what? Because of the people. And we can be very proud of that too. These are two very successful finance people. What did Zobel de Ayala say? Ours is a consumer-driven society. The central bank governor, Tetanco, says, Filipinos too young to work account for 30%. Too young to work. So these are the up to the babies. Those too old to contribute are only 15%. But look, 55% are economically productive. That means a lot. We have a good, strong, healthy population. Now I'd like to show you some notable examples of what they call compact, sustainable cities. These are built from scratch, really, because they're built in the desert. You have to bring up with a very high slope driveway. It means location, transport access, orientation. Orientation, which means exposing your house or your building to the right points of the compass. And landscaping, of course, which affects the performance and comfort of the people in the building or home. And water, xeriscaping. Gone are the days when we put a lot of exotic plants. The trend now is to use plants that are drought resistant. You know, you don't have sprinklers working the whole day. That's in golf courses. That's why golf courses get a lot of critics saying how they waste water. Xeriscaping, so that even if it doesn't rain, you still have a lot of greens around your place. Gray water, as opposed to black water. Gray water is recycling water, really, actually, from your showers, your lavatories, your kitchen sinks. Black water, not to be used inside the residence. This is water directly from the septic tank, which can be used for irrigation in farms and places like that. Permeable pavement. The idea of permeable pavement is to let the water stay, penetrate the ground. In the traditional you might say, yeah, traditional way is to put a lot of culverts, expensive drainage system, so that you collect all that water and you drain it all in that corner somewhere there, and that place gets flooded. Why? Why did you remove all the soil from here? The water, I mean, you let that water penetrate the ground, let it charge the aquifer, cools the place, filters the water. And then I like to say, the last one, some people talk about the 3 R's, no? Reduce, reuse, and recycle. I like to add the 4th one, refuse. So some of the things, sometimes we have a lot of junk. There's a nice television show about, in the cable TV, about hoarding. You know, these people who keep a lot of things, even if they don't need it. Somehow, we are all hoarders, right? So that's why I included the 4th R, which is refuse. IEQ, thermal comfort, lighting, noise, EMF, electromagnetic field, sick building syndrome. Just complete that. You've heard of people going to